Hey there, YouTube land. So here we are. It is time again. It is Oscar season, and the nominations are out. So what do we think of the nominations this year? There's a lot of movies that I haven't seen. There's a few that I have seen. So here's a little quick run through of what's nominated, what I think should be won, and the surprising lack of Jake Gyllenhaal. Where do we start here with the Oscars this year? Let's start with hmm. Hmm. Let's start with the writing, since I am, after all, a writer or ex-writer. There's never such thing as an ex-writer. Writer is writer all through. Writing and adapted screenplay, we've got American Sniper, The Imitation Game, Inherent Vice, The Theory of Everything, and Whiplash. Whiplash is a fantastic film, but for me, Paul Thomas Anderson took a book that was considered to be an unfilmable piece of literature and made a fantastic movie out of it. It'll be a crying shame if Inherent Vice does not win for Best Adapted Screenplay. Nothing else deserves to be in that position but Inherent Vice at this point. As for original screenplay, we got Birdman, Boyhood, Foxcatcher, The Grand Budapest Hotel, and Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler was a fantastic movie, and you know what? Jake Gyllenhaal should have been nominated for the Best Actor award for it, but he wasn't. I think that it'll be a damn shame if they don't give the Nightcrawler. I do think that they will give the Nightcrawler, as basically this is going to be its only Oscar, but fantastic film. Check it out, and check out his performance. You'll agree with me, I'm sure, that he should have been nominated. And I think Nightcrawler will be the one that comes back with the Oscar for this one. Music, we got Everything's Awesome from the Lego Movie, Glory from Selma, Grateful from Beyond the Lights, I'm Not Gonna Miss You from Glenn Campbell, I'll Be Me, and Lost Stars from Begin Again. Aside from the Glenn Campbell song, I don't really know any of these. Should I know Everything's Awesome? Maybe I've heard it and never realized it. Man, even Let It Go, I heard that one when it was out. Nothing stands out in the music category this year, so who cares? I'm sure they do. As original score, we got Grand Budapest Hotel, The Imitation Game, Interstellar, Mr. Turner, and The Theory of Everything. For me, I would give it to the Grand Budapest Hotel, but I think that they're going to want to stay on Christopher Nolan's good side, because Hollywood tends to play that political game and give it to the Hans Zimmer for Interstellar. Makeup and hairstyling only has 3 in the category. It's Foxcatcher, Grand Budapest Hotel, and Guardians of the Galaxy. I think Grand Budapest will probably get it, but I think Guardians deserves it. I'm not going to talk about the best foreign language films very much. They're Ida, Leviathan, Tangerines, Timbuktu, and Wild Tales. Usually I've seen at least 1 or 2 of the foreign films. This year I haven't seen any. It's been a busy year. Film editing, we got American Sniper, Boyhood, Grand Budapest Hotel, Imitation Game, and Whiplash. Film editing, I'm going to give that to Boyhood. That was a real passion project. Documentary feature, we got Citizen 4, Finding Vivian Maier, Last Days in Vietnam, The Salt of the Earth, and Varango. I really don't know yet. I haven't seen them. As for the directing category, here's what was a big shocker. Christopher Nolan wasn't nominated for Interstellar. I don't have a problem with that, actually. I don't think that he needed to be nominated for it. But I'm sure that there's going to be some people that are going to be upset about that. Birdman with Alejandro G. Inarritu. Boyhood, Richard Linklater. Foxcatcher, Bennett Miller. The Grand Budapest Hotel, Wes Anderson. The Imitation Game, Morton. Tilden. Will this be Wes Anderson's year to win? I'm not sure. I think Linklater could actually get this one, but Birdman's got a lot of buzz behind it. It'll be interesting to see which way this one goes. I'm not quite sure yet. I'm going to have to rewatch some of these films. Animated features. This isn't a harder one. We got Big Hero 6, The Box Trolls, How to Train Your Dragon 2, Song of the Sea, and The Tale of Princess Kaguya. It hasn't been a really great year for animation, honestly. I'm kind of surprised the Lego Movie didn't get in there as to fill it out. But I heard the Box Trolls isn't really that good. Have you guys seen it? I'm kind of surprised to see it there. And How to Train Your Dragon 2, unless you're Godfather, normally sequels don't really warrant the best Oscar. But I haven't seen it. You know, it's probably a good movie, and it's a very lean year for animation, I guess so. Tell me what you guys think should have been in there. Actress in a supporting role. Got Patricia Arquette for Boyhood, of course. Boyhood, another one. Laura Dern for Wild. Keira Knightley for The Imitation Game. Emma Stone for Birdman. I love Emma Stone, actually. And Meryl Streep for Into the Woods. Because, you know, Meryl Streep. Into the Woods isn't going to get it. I really wish that she would get it, but I don't think that this is a role that should get Meryl Streep and Best Supporting Role Oscar. It's a good movie. It's a fun film. It's one that I really personally like. I actually named it one of, if not my top film of the year, because as a personal choice, not as this is the top film of the year. All that stuff is really subjective. But as for who should win this one here, I'm going to go with Laura Dern or Keira Knightley. I really wouldn't like to see Boyhood or Birdman sweep any of the Oscars. I want them to get some, but I don't want them to sweep them at all. Best Actor in a Supporting Role. This seems like an obvious to me. Tell me what you think. I'm going to read the names. I'm going to stop for a second and then say who you think I'm going to say before I say it. Robert Duvall, The Judge. Ethan Hawke, Boyhood. Edward Norton, Birdman. Mark Ruffalo, Foxcatcher. J.K. Simmons, Whiplash. Go for it. All right. If you said J.K. Simmons, Whiplash, then you're right. That's who had a stellar supporting role that literally anchors that film and lifts it above. And he does that more so than anybody else in this category, in my opinion. Actress in a leading role. We're at the leading roles. Marianne Cotillard in 2 Days, One Night. Felicity Jones in The Theory of Everything. Julianne Moore in Still Alice. Rosamund Pike, Gone Girl. Reese Witherspoon in Wild. I have a big Reese Witherspoon crush, but so I'm going to go with her. Just cause. I haven't seen a lot of the other movies. Actor in leading role. Steve Carell, Foxcatcher. Bradley Cooper, American Sniper. Benedict Cumberbatch, The Imitation Game. Michael Keaton, Birdman. Eddie Redmayne, The Theory of Everything. Man, I'm a really big Cumberbatch fan. I don't think this is his year, though. I think this is going to be Michael Keaton's year for Birdman. He's going to get this for not just for Birdman, but for the body of work that he's done. Eddie Redmayne did do an amazing job with Theory of Everything, but we're going to give it to Michael Keaton for now. Best Picture. American Sniper. Birdman. Boyhood. Grand Budapest Hotel. The Imitation Game. Selma. Oh, that's actually on there, see? Theory of Everything. And Whiplash. Honestly, I take an American Sniper right away. I don't think it's deserving of Best Actor. I think they just give it to Clint Eastwood. Just give Clint Eastwood a nomination every year. Do I think it deserves it? In my opinion, no. It's not It's not an Oscar-worthy film. But that's just me. You may have different thoughts. Grand Budapest Hotel is another great Wes Anderson film. Does it deserve it more than other Wes Anderson films? Or will they give it to him based on previous work? Birdman has a lot of buzz behind it, as does Boyhood. Both are films that were really outstanding. And who do you choose over those two? They can either go one way and let one kind of sweep it, or go in between and give the best director to say Birdman and best picture to Boyhood, or vice versa. Or they could end up canceling each other out, and we could see a movie like Whiplash end up with the Best Picture award and upset the whole thing, which would be actually fantastic. So let me know what you think about this year's Academy Award nominations. I think it's actually a very exciting year for the Academy. There are some great pictures on. There's some great ones that I haven't seen. So I'm assuming those ones are great too. But I don't think this should be a two-picture year. I don't think Birdman and Boyhood are good enough to deserve every Oscar. Does that mean I don't think they're good movies? No, that does not mean I don't think they're good movies. That just means there's a lot of good movies and a lot of good acting. As one thing's for sure, it will be a travesty if J.K. Simmons does not win the Best Supporting Actor award. That is the most deserving. That's the one that stands out of all these categories here. When I'm looking at all these here, J.K. Simmons should get Best Supporting Actor. And you know who should get the Best Actor award? He's not on the list, and that's Jake Gyllenhaal for Nightcrawler. Thanks for watching, guys. For me right now, it's time for tea, and the big giant lobster head up there, he thinks that Mr. Crab should get an award, but I got to break it to him that Mr. Crab can only win an Emmy. And that's not very likely. It's time for tea. Happy Oscar season.